Let's talk about these ETFs, and then I want to go broad and sort of get your sense of where the market is and where crypto's going and what's happening here. But tell us about these ETFs specifically and what you're trying to do.
Yes, with our partner 21 Shares, which is the largest crypto ETP provider in the world, mainly European focused, we are launching 5 ETFs. The strategies are going to be around Bitcoin futures, Ethereum futures. One will be Bitcoin futures and cash. One will be Bitcoin futures and Ethereum futures. And then the last one will be broader Bitcoin and companies exposed to digital assets, equities.
How much of this is a dress rehearsal in your mind for a moment in which the SEC says, okay, cat's out of the bag, you can actually issue an ETF that's directly invested in Bitcoin?
Well, it certainly is a dress rehearsal. We think there's a place. I think these strategies will be more probably institutionally focused, and I think the spot coin Bitcoin ETF will be perhaps more retail focused. Is that something you want to do eventually? A spot Bitcoin?
Yes.
Yes. What's interesting about it is, if you look at the pecking order, our filing is next in line.
No, I know you're on the list. So the question. So let me ask you about that, because I think, and the question is actually at $36,000. Do you think that the move that we've seen in Bitcoin over the last, I don't know, what, 2 months now? How much of that is a function of sort of a pent-up demand or an anticipation that the SEC, because folks like BlackRock and Fidelity and you and others have made these applications, have this sense that it's more likely to happen now than it was a year or two ago?
Yeah.
And is that misguided? Is that realistic? What is that?
I think what has happened, the change, is that the SEC actually asked us questions. I think asked us questions, asked BlackRock, probably has asked a lot. Whereas before, our filings were just rejected outright.
Okay.
So that is movement. That is significant. And, you know, over the years, I've gotten to know the research people at the SEC, and I'm very impressed. And I was impressed by the questions they asked us, too. So
what were the kinds of questions they asked?
A lot of them were very technical. They're all about protecting the consumer. And, you know, of course, the showstopper, at least from Gary Gensler's point of view, is he thinks Bitcoin can be manipulated. And, you know, this is a decentralized, transparent network. You can follow all the activity online. It's highly unlikely.
But it had to be that, because he understands, Cathie. He's got enough. Not many people do. A lot of people don't have enough knowledge about how it works to make an.
Oh my God. I get so obviously Gary Gensler actually understands the crypto space. I mean, he taught at MIT, and he actually taught a class on cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. He does understand it. But the question is he going to let the cat out of the bag? Probably not. These guys don't operate like that. And you know, you're the interviewer, you know for sure that that's not how it works. I mean, he's not really going to come out and say what he really want to say about Bitcoin. You know, I mean, he got to talk to all his friends, all his rich friends, and get them on first. I mean, he's not going to allow poor people to come on and get rich. This is the whole game these guys are playing, and it's so crazy. You know, I'm so sick of people like Gary Gensler, because he's not being really, really honest about what he's doing. But again, you know, you can't really hold him accountable for being honest. He's honest to his friends, to his rich buddies. So whether he knows about crypto, he knows a lot about crypto. He understands blockchain technology. He understands how the system works. He knows. He is very, very confident in how Bitcoin works. In fact, initially, Gary Gensler who is the head of the SEC. I don't know if he still is. Probably, I think he got replaced or something. But Gary Gensler used to be a very strong proponent of cryptocurrency and specifically Bitcoin. And out of a certain, when he became the head of the SEC, out of a certain doesn't like Bitcoin. Doesn't even add up, you know? But it is what it is. You know, we don't get surprised anymore with these kind of behavior. This is exactly how these guys operate. The goal is to get all their friends on board and get all the rich people on board, all the big institutions on board. Then he can start talking about crypto and blockchain and Bitcoin again. But it's too late now for the common man, right? When everyone gets on board, too bad. The price is going to be so high that regular people can't afford to buy it. This is the whole trick here, man. You can't fool me, dude. Come on.
Informed decision about Bitcoin. He taught at MIT so he understands that it's not a Ponzi scheme or a Beanie Baby. Right. So there has to be something else.
Well, I don't know what it is. I have wondered. There's speculation that he's interested in the Treasury Secretary position at some point. What does the Treasury Secretary do?
Protecting fiat from the government?
I mean,
exactly.
Very focused on. I don't know. I don't understand it myself because he definitely understands.
He understands.
He understands it.
There's something else.
He's not crazy.
Okay, but how much do you account for the move in Bitcoin as speculation on an ETF being approved? And is it a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of situation, or is it just a straight shot if, in fact, that were to come to be passed?
I am sure there is some anticipation, and there could even be a sell on the news. But the fundamentals, we put out a Bitcoin monthly piece every month, and you can see the health of the network using our on-chain metrics. The health of the network is almost as good as it gets. And It seems like this is a bull market. Sure, we'll have puts and takes. Nothing goes straight up. But I think this flight to quality, Larry Fink used that expression. We call it flight to safety. You look at what happened during the regional bank crisis. Bitcoin went from 19,000 to nearly 30,000 as the KRE, the regional bank stock index, was imploding. If you look at the bank stock index today, it is back down close to where it was in March. So when Larry might say flight to quality, which is good, it's true, we would say flight to safety because there's no counterparty risk in Bitcoin.
In terms of the ETF that is launching, that invests in equities related to Bitcoin, what do you think will be the better performer over, let's say, 5 years? An ETF that invests in the equity related to Bitcoin or Bitcoin itself?
We believe Bitcoin will be the better performer longer term.
I think so, too.
But this is a diversified exposure through equities. There are companies, we're trying to find the company that is going to produce the digital wallet. That will be a very important position. Is it Coinbase? Is it Square with Cash App? Is it Robinhood? In Latin America, is it Mercado Libre or Nubank? So
that is interesting, actually. Well, this is sort of like this is like a whole opens a whole window for new investment into trying to figure out which one of these companies are going to have the more accessible wallet. Whether it's Coinbase. I mean, if Coinbase is going to have the most accessible wallet to the public, then it will be a good idea to actually invest in Coinbase. I'm talking about the exchange itself, and this is where crypto is going. Crypto is getting into the mainstream. Bitcoin is already there. We already know that. There's no, the U.S. government is already in approval of Bitcoin. So, and Ethereum, I would say. With the rest of the other cryptocurrencies, projects. I think it probably depends on the projects. But I think it's a very interesting time to really figure out, you know, how to really get into this whole space. See, a lot of people, a lot of us will stick on the sideline and just chill. And 10, 15, 20 years from now, we're going to be looking at folks that actually invested in this space and see the transformation that has that will happen in their lives. You don't have to sit on the sideline, folks. Try to get into this space. Bitcoin is a big deal. There's almost $750 billion investor in the space already, just in Bitcoin, right? That's a lot of money. In the entire space is about 1.4 trillion dollars. This is a big, big space, and this is not going away, you know. So if you know what I know, you should start thinking about getting into this market.
How much overlap is there between this ETF that invests in the equity with the holdings in some of your other ETFs like ARK Invest?
Probably the biggest overlap would be ARKF, the fintech portfolio. Yes. You
just mentioned a number of companies, all of whom have had stocks that have been challenged, including Robinhood. How do you think about those companies right now?
Well, we do think that each of them has a very good opportunity in the digital wallet space. Basically, if you think about WeChat Pay, that kind of digital wallet where all financial services take place, there's peer-to-peer interaction, there's commerce over it. We believe that the rails in the United States have been good enough, right? But WeChat Pay showed the way, and I think we have.
But is that a one-player winner? Meaning, and by the way, Elon Musk would like to be that winner with X if he could be.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think he's got big plans. Absolutely, he started in the fintech space, and of course sold out to PayPal. So, yeah.
I mean, Cathie, on Coinbase, I used to go down and I had like 4 pages of coins and eventually it got to the point where people said there's Bitcoin and everything else. Do you think is there an application for blockchain that involves something that Bitcoin does not lead the world with? Is there something else that you put in here?
Sure.
I don't think this guy knows what question to ask. You should probably do more reading, man. The question doesn't even add up. Is there something that Bitcoin, other than other cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin can lead? What? I mean, we're talking about blockchain here, man. This is not a space that's just gonna fade away. It's like it's a whole new Pandora box. Once you get it open, you can't shut it. It's like the genie. It's out of the bottle, my friend. A lot of people don't understand this. This ain't no legacy fiat currency type money conversation. You guys have to start thinking about really understanding this space if you want to keep your job. I'm talking to those interviewers, people, I'm not talking about you. So when people like Cathie Wood actually comes for an interview, you should have better questions, man. Don't be asking this lady elementary questions, and in some cases, questions that don't even make sense. So, well, this gentleman asked some pretty good questions, but him, I don't know. Sounds like he didn't know what he was talking about. But anyways, guys, this is the space we're in. This is crypto, Bitcoin. Learn a lot, find out more information about crypto and Bitcoin. Do the best you can, follow the news, follow our channel. Encourage you to hit the like button. Please subscribe to our channel. And we are going to do the best we can to keep you posted with new information on crypto and keep you posted with the news on what's going on in the space. And we encourage you to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Thank you.
The reason we have focused as much on Ethereum as we have is we think, that is the smart contract network. That is the